What up? Might as well just hold his jaw. Yep. What's happening? What's happening? Another day, another opportunity to be great out here. Not gonna stay too long though, but I just figured let me jump on and build real quick. What's going on? Hope everybody had a good weekend. Good morning, good night, good afternoon, good evening, everywhere you are. In YouTube land, don't get scammed. How about that? Don't get scammed. Excuse me. Holidays quickly approaching. This is the week. This is the week. You celebrate Hanukkah. You celebrate Christmas, Kwanzaa, all the holidays that y'all celebrate. Salute to y'all. I hope everything finds you all in good health. I was looking through doing some research, basically kind of like doing a check on my channel, like an audit, if you will, unofficial, but just going through like the content I've made over the last few years. And it seems like the disgusting amount of content I did on Hex is just embarrassing. Oh my God. I see Black Living in the building. I made some, I mean, the disgusting amount of content I made on Hex and Poster. It's just like, that's not it, man. You know? And to undo that work that I did, this is why my message has been different. My message has been different. Shout out to the viewers. James Doe, what's going on? Timmy, was good. Um, yeah, it's just it's a lot of work to undo because a lot of people don't like to admit when they've been programmed, like on some mind control. It's hard to admit that. Meanwhile, that's exactly what's happened, and I've been a part of it. You know what I mean? Axel Pro says, "What's goody? Two shoes. What's goody?" Axel Pros. Black Levin said, "No worries on the content. You had no reason not to." I hear you. You know, like it was crazy. Like I was obsessed. I was obsessed. Like crazy. Like, well, we're one day closer to the next all-time high. We're one day closer to dispel the truth and embrace the lies. Like that's what we were doing. You know. lying to the people, and I helped with that. That's the part about it that's just trash. Like, you're going through a bear market. I know what that feels like. I know what that feels like when you keep throwing your money into something and if it's just going down in price and down in price and down in price, you feel like you just can't get a break, and they dressing it up by telling you something about some dollar cost average. You know what I'm saying? Justin Yellowhead, what's going on? Y'all on your say hi game. Hi to everybody. What's going on? He said RH got himself some UBI. Well, that's a lofty UBI that he got. He got a heavy bag. Heavy bag of UPI. Yo, like that doesn't make me feel like I did good work. Talking about us projects that have hurt people over the last 2.5 years. That doesn't make me feel good. You know, that doesn't. The project I'm talking about, folks, for those of you who don't know, is a cryptocurrency project. Just that thing is cursed, and people should have knew better. But when you hear the name of the first coin, you're gonna think curse. You're gonna think witchcraft. I think it's called hex. No, no, no. Like the kids say, no kizzy, no kizzy, no cap. It's called hex. Trash. And people programmed. They got self-programmed. Allowed the leader of the cult, right, to program, wash the brain, the minds of the people to become not even. It's not even about believers. It just became mindless sheep, and try to convince you and everybody else to buy into whatever the leader of the cult is selling you. And it's dangerous, people. It's dangerous. It's dangerous, bro. Because until proven otherwise, that's just what it is. Folks are just trying to take things a little too lightly. And you got the cult leaders, or the appointed leaders, I should say. The appointed leaders pushing the narrative, recruiting new people to join the cult and engage in a game of eternal financial death. That's what they call it sacrifice. Sacrifice what? Sacrifice your profits for a promise. You sacrifice your profits for a promise that turned out to be nothing 2.5 years later. To then do another sacrifice. You got some people that believe in this community so hard they're conflicted. They don't know what message to speak on anymore. Mix, what's going on? I'm not for the programming of like trying to harm people and trick people into spending their money in ways where they cannot recover from the money they spent because they're investing in something that basically yielded garbage, yielded zero, yielded nothing. That's problematic. And I don't care what folks have to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, stop crying and so it's whatever, man. I'm looking at the big picture. A lot of people who were talking about supporting the cult leader, the cult founder and leader, you know, that's their job. You know, they're on the take. They're getting whatever they're getting out of it. They need new people to feed off of. You know, they're spiritual demons, and a lot of them, I presume, have been innocent. You know, in a way where they're just green. You know, you don't know any better. You got exposed to some dangerous juju, bad juju, and they're green. You know, so they don't know any better. But when you're green and you realize, you follow your intuition, your gut feeling, and you realize something's just not clicking, and you're no longer green, but you make a decision to not participate in something that's harmful, detrimental, potentially you create irreversible damage, like people taking their own, unaliving themselves, allegedly due to the poor performance of the cult leader's investment project. It gets to that, like where people have to really wake up. Like, seriously, man. It's a poor excuse for a community. Like, very poor excuse. Like, you know? Yeah, man. Yo, we talk about anything dealing with something positive, but at the same time right now, because this channel has been highlighting a lot of weird messaging involving cryptocurrency, and I'm trying to undo that work. So welcome to the channel. Salute everybody. I can't really see y'all like that because I did not do any crowdfunding. I did not raise any monies like this cult leader did, and leaders like him and minions like him who raise monies off of the backs of poor people and people who are mentally weak in the mind so that they can enrich their lives by issuing endless promises to the public so that the public could fund their lifestyle and enrich them while the public remain in a state of destitution, waiting for an untold period of time, wondering when are they going to see their returns. So that's just how I'm not about the foolishness. I don't like to waste people's time. I don't appreciate my time and money being wasted. I brought people in, like I've onboarded folks, and that also created a wedge for me, that, you know, in my dealings with my folks, because if it wasn't for me, they wouldn't know about this risk that I exposed them to. I didn't force them, but if it wasn't for me, they wouldn't have known about it. And now they experience loss. And so that feels bad. You know what I'm saying? That just feels bad because I'm human. I'm not a machine. I'm not a sociopath. I'm not a narcissistic psychopath, you know, who's void of conscience and feelings, like the founder is and many of his supporters are. Wicked demons, people who lack compassion, who lack a sense of humanity. In a time where the world is supposed to be celebrating, well, the world, many cultures around the world, right? These are like, you know, family holiday periods. Some people are out here, they don't have family, they're alone, right? Struggling, just trying to make it through the day, much less, you know, the week. They just day by day living out here, wishing that they could have a family to spend the holidays with. You know, some people are out here, they're not in the best of health. They wishing that they were able to, right, experience life with less pain, less suffering, less sorrow, less malaise. And those of us who are not, who are thankfully, fortunately, not afflicted, we take so much for granted. You know, you can live in the first world, jump on the internet, persuade an untold amount of people to give you $1.6 billion in 6 months, like this cult leader did, and receive that like he did back in 2021, between July and December, or July of 21 and January of 22, 1.6 billion, and play with the people, play with the minds of the people to date, while he disappear, and you talk garbage on the internet and take no responsibility for your character, and then you want to issue another scam grift to launch. Come on, bro. Mix, you out of control, man. Mix it. Yo, so if some tall white boy knocks on your window, it might be me, so chill. Yo, y'all are out of bounds, man. Y'all are out of bounds, man. Mix is out of control. I just don't like bad business. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that, bro. I don't like that, bro. I don't like how he's been operating. I don't like the way these people in the community operate. I don't support that. I don't support lies, deceit, being intellectually dishonest, right? Disingenuous. I don't like any of that. Talk about DeFi. This is not anything remotely close to being true DeFi. These people are liars. These people messed up so bad. Like, the real truth is, like, folks are gonna have to wait for all the whales and sharks and all the people that got all these bags, these wallets that are not your founder. They got all these wallets filled with all this crypto they sacrifice. They all have to sell. You know how long that's gonna take? It's a wrap right now to recover anything close to ROI if you want it, right? Unless you do your own side grift. A lot of people talk crap. They launch their own coins. They launch their own projects. They launch just to stay afloat because they saw it was like practically a wrap. It was a wrap for Hex. A wrap. And that's sad. That's sad. Sick of like feeling like you got scammed. Like, sick of all that, man. You know? Sick of all that. This one was elaborate. This one was one that needs to go down in crypto history along with so many others, but this one is special. This one is special, bro. This one is special. Heads got to roll with this one. Like, this is different. This is just how I feel. This one is different. We do that at Pepe Farm, maybe I want to say maybe within a month after Pulse Chain launched, he got rid of the Pepe farm. One of the most popular, meme coins in cryptocurrency. Pepe, the frog. We talk about after Bitcoin, after Doge, right? After Shiba Inu. You talk about Pepe, man. Pepe, bruh. Classic, like classic meme coin. Memes, classic character. The dude had the farm a month after the chain launched. He took that down. And you want to tell the world that cryptocurrencies that have people basically who are in control to where they have admin keys. The cult founder, cult leader wants to tell you that's bad. Meanwhile, if you're able to make changes at will to whatever you got going on, example, the farms, you have the WBTC and Pulse Chain BTC farm, I think, shut that down. That was running for maybe a day, 2 days, not even a full week. Shut it down. Yeah, I think the Hex, Ethereum Hex and Pulse Hex farm, shut that down. Weirdo. He just miscalculated and that's and just took advantage of the people, man. Telling the people we're idiots. We don't know what we're doing. We're dum-dums. Our marketing efforts have been, are not good enough, etc. Yo, go jump. Go find yourself under an elephant with a horse-like phallic, elephant phallic symbol, and just get plowed. I don't like dude. I don't like him. I don't like these weirdos that support the lies, because this is what it's just become. Folks want to just dress up the lies, dress up the deceit, right? Dress up the manipulation and make it seem like it's pure. Oh, this is true DeFi. Where? They don't even know what true DeFi looks like. They'll tell you something about, oh yeah, gatekeeping. Gatekeeping what? Your dude is gatekeeping people, asking them questions, looking for the truth. When he censors people by blocking them, isn't that a form of gatekeeping? Where you're trying to, quote unquote, in a false way, protect your own peace? No, you're protecting the truth that people seek. You're protecting yourself from speaking truth, from being truthful. That's why his bitch ass had to concede when they asked him in the video, what was up with that trade you did with Ethereum last year? What was up with that trade? Over 150,000 Ethereum, blah, blah, blah. You spent 600 million on that trade. What happened? You bought it when Ethereum was over at $3,800. What happened? And what he had to do, concede. So, oh, he wished it could have been like 1,500 or lower. And nobody knows what the market's going to do. That means he knew he failed. He knew he's a failure. And he's admitting he's the one who conducted the trade and moved huge you're talking 600 million of sacrifice funds. The dude is reckless, y'all. But y'all glaze him so bad. It's so sad, y'all. We're not talking about teenagers here. We talk about adults. who are consciously weak. You can't be like this, y'all. To this day, they're like, oh, what can we do to make this community better? You know, there's poison that's ever so growing in your community, and you want to talk about how you could share the poison with the other people? Dude conceding to making that Ethereum trade last year, you might as well just admit that he's the OA. Just by doing that, like, he cooked himself in that fucking video. He cooked himself all 2025. I'm talking all 2025. Cooked himself. And if you still are pretending like all is good, like everything is fire, like everybody's so excited about some Prove Rect, the third sacrifice, after people weren't even made whole from the first two, you dropping a third one? Motherfuckers didn't make money with the first two. And I'm not talking about the grifters who launch coins and projects and sacrifice projects. You know what I'm saying? You launch a third one because you got to pivot. You got to go back to the drawing board because you can't pump your own operation. There's too much going on. Motherfuckers don't like you. They're going to dump and sell for as long as they forever can. These whales don't fuck with him like that. You imagine, look, it's supposed to be about making money. This is supposed to be about making money. Oh, everybody make money, this and that, this and that. So if you know you're a whale or whatever, I don't know what it feels like to be a whale, right? Because, you know, nobody cares. If you know you're a whale, blah, 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 and you're making money, wouldn't you like to find ways to, like, consistently continue to make money? If you found somebody who gave you a sweet lane in how to consistently make money, you're gonna keep wanting to make that happen, right? Or just you one and done. You just jeet your whole situation, bust your whole load, and you finish. No, you want to keep smashing and smashing. You're not gonna want to be one and done. And if you one and done, that's your business. But if your man's created a lane, talk about true DeFi. It's not your money. Faster throughput. The weird sounding tonality in his voice and his mouth game is crazy. Better. All that sound like nails on a chalkboard, especially where people don't make money from your better. Everything that you say that you're better at. You're not better. You're bitter. That you're not a crypto rock star like Changpeng Zhao. And Vitalik. These people are immortalized on the blockchain. You are fecal. You are a shit stain on your own blockchain that nobody give a fuck about. That's what your man's is. Might as well admit you are the OA. Cause like the weirdo that you are, insufferable. You people just ask you straight up, what was up with that Ethereum trade, bruh? What was up with the Ethereum trade? The dude said salute, one day closer. I mean, for real, man. I kept that narrative going as one day closer to the day of the reckoning. Like, what, you know? We're one day closer to discerning between the truth and the lies. Yo, look at everything like I said, just in 2025 alone. Look at what's taking place just in 25 alone, exposing your founder for his contradictions, his lies, and hypocrisy. alone, 2025. Just this year. My goodness. And to pretend like all is well still, like I said, and be like, hey, what is how are we going to just market and tell people, give people the good word? What are you, a missionary? You're an evangelist? This shit is toxic. And so you're going to spread that toxicity amongst others. That's what they call making the world a better place. Nobody cares to buy this shit anymore like that. Like, think about it, right? And it's not like I know everybody to say nobody cares, but look at how the price has been down for Hex. 99%. When is it going to recover? Nobody knows. Nobody cares to know. Oh no, but you got the mechanism of the delayed gratification, brainwash verbiage, brainwash programming language. Yeah, 15 years, 55, the slow confidence game, slow grift, slow burn. That motherfucker lost his way. If he thought he was going to do good by the people, by the supporters, and really try to make the world a better place, something happened, and he kept tripping over his feet. And now he changed his outlook, y'all. He not talking to you about no damn pulse X, no hex, none of that. It's about what you're going to do to support Prove No Middleman with his third sacrifice. And giving whales 3 times the size of their bags. So what you gonna see? A part 2? But what he told you, he cooked himself on his own thing, y'all. He cooked himself on his video. What he said. You know, looking at a project that has deca millions versus one that's $1 billion. Which one is easier to go up? So he just shat on Pulse. He shat on Pulse X, but a lot of y'all refuse to see and hear and think for yourselves and want to talk to me about how the entire market is down. I don't give a what? They want to tell me, oh, yo, it's the entire market that's down. This motherfucker talked about he's a giving tree. He's a crypto savior. He's here to save you and me. Bring your heroes here to die and for people to thrive. For your recruiters, your recruitees to thrive and all that hot shit. And what has he delivered? A third sacrifice. Because the first 2 were wrecked. He couldn't produce, he couldn't perform. Anytime he tries to put some money into the system, it gets sold. People sell right into it. Unofficially, officially, he pumped 20 mil in the market on his blockchain. Pumped 20 mil. Motherfuckers don't like him and sold. They don't like him. They don't like the experience. They don't like what's going on. They sell. They're going to keep selling. That's why I call everybody sell pressure and all this shit. But fuck that. It's a market. People going to buy. People going to sell. So what are you talking about? But your whack-ass leadership, you add that to boot with the whack-ass leadership, people not going to care to stay. Not going to want to stay. They're not going to want to stay. You know what I mean? Clash, you sound like a broken record, man. You sound like a broken record. Adios. You know what I mean? Adios like Big Connect. And do come through. He keeps speaking same rhetoric. Nobody want to hear your talk, bro. You know what I mean? Like, that's it, man. Later for that guy. Go glaze him. Go create your own channel, right? and offer your own thoughts on your channel, not mine. Like, try to, appreciate perspective, contrarian, and all this. But you just like, come on, man. I don't see him going anybody else's John. and talk about how the market is it's not RH's fault. RH is just, he's just not accountable for the hypocrisy and contradictions and craziness of this year. Come on, man. And you want to flip it, never really directly address what I talk about as far as his contradiction. You want to tell me about some BTC, Bitcoin and Ethereum has to go up and on. Nah, don't make excuses for your founder. Y'all protect your founder. It's sad. It's sad, bro. A founder that's failed the people en masse. The people who don't feel like they failed, brainwashed. Pure and simple. The best of them that want to glaze Richard to this day, they want to glaze Hex like Hex is the best thing since sliced bread, as if Hex just did even better than 2021, right? Oh no, it's just so stupendous, flawless uptime. Oh yeah, it's just great. When developers who built on top of Hex don't fucking talk about their projects, what does that tell you? There's developers who built on top of Hex that don't even talk about their projects anymore. That's tied to the Hex T-share. But you got these sycophants, right? Brainless, mindless sheep talking to you. About how great Hex is. You got motherfuckers that developed on top of Hex. Develop their own projects side by side to work with Hex. However Hex goes, their coins, they don't even talk about the shit no more. But you got these talking parrots. By the Hex token, by the Hex token, 55-55. Stake it or you make it. Stake it, 55-55. Richie Rich, make me rich. Richie Rich, 55-55. Like, what type of time are these people on? I'm telling you. The mad fraudulent, mad fake. I don't care. Like, I'm not here to be the smartest, the wisest, the richest, wealthiest, most, or whatever, manipulating, aggressive, none of that bullshit. I'm here to have a good time, like the next person who's a good person who wants to have a good time. Not here to be a victim of foolishness and someone's ego mania trying to control some old shit because your life in shambles. Motherfucker, it's the holidays. What love do you have in your life? That's the founder. Does he operate like he's a person who represents love? Who has love in his life? Seriously. Does he operate? Does he move and speak like he has love in his life and in his world? The answer is no. And he's the leader. And the shit rolls from the top down. Like, y'all keep forgetting, like, y'all act like, yo, you cut the head that the body is going to continue to move without the head. Y'all, like, what type of math, what mathematics do you follow? What type of philosophy do y'all adhere to? You cut the head off from the operation. This is where the people want to tell you about some decentralization. No, you don't need one person. You don't need a central anything. No focal point. No, et cetera, this and that, central, this and that. Meanwhile, that's what you have here. Nobody since July of 2023, when the people got together, those talking fake leaders in the community got together, fake leaders, the people who launched sacrifice projects, people who launched their own coins, people who built their popularity off the backs of the community, who followed them, gave them a little boost in their platform, who felt like they had, they grew a little bit more hairs on their nut sacks, and they called themselves being thought leaders and influencers that people threw money at and shit like that. Fake shit. When they conspired and grouped up and clicked up and went on their spaces with the head of the operation, the racist blackface avatar guy. Talk about this is gonna be a 7-hour spaces. Talk about the elephant that's not in the room. That because the founder's gone, now everybody else who calls himself a leader, who thinks that they're some kind of influencer, are now going to have to step up and lead the community in the absence of the founder. How has that worked out? How has that worked out? When they act like, oh no, Richard is not needed and all that shit. He don't need a stream and all that shit. Oh no, we could, it's decentralized. It ain't fucking decentralized like you think it is, or it should be. Because a lot of people, especially in the beginning, were here because the cult leader worked hard to spread the messaging. The cult leader worked hard to program the minds of the viewers to become believers. The cult leader was doing that hard body for 3 to 4 years before Hex reached its all-time high. That work was being put in. And so when you disappear after you get the $1.6 billion, you're the head of your operation. So what's going to happen to the body? It's not going to know where to go. Because the head's gone. The head is in hiding. The head's missing. The head missing, bro. That's it. The shit is not hard. Like head been gone. And the motherfucker's so scared and cowardice. You got $1.6 billion fucking dollars, bro. There's motherfuckers that can click up, right? And really stand for some revolutionary shit and not have $100 in their fucking pocket. I could drive y'all right now and show you a bunch of people in different locales that don't have $100 collectively in their pocket, but they will click up to do whatever the fuck they're doing, even though it may not even be sense. It makes sense. It could be reckless as all hell, like whatever, irresponsible young nigga shit, dumb shit, reckless shit, old nigga shit too. A lot of motherfuckers they up in age, my age group and everything, generation X and all that, still act like they're young, got braids in their hair, want to sag their pants, Tim boots, blah, blah, blah. They still have the mentality. They still have a mentality of a savage. They don't even have $5 in their pocket because they living off their bitch. Whether it's a female or a man, they living off somebody who's catering to them, because they're weak like that. They're lazy like that. They don't give a fuck like that. They can click up and they don't have $1.6 billion. This motherfucker right here, you mean to tell me still got that money? You don't have that money? Where's your little army, motherfucker? Where's your army to protect you and move you around in kind accordingly? That motherfucker don't got the bread like that, and if he does, he's not in control of it. That shit don't make sense. None of this shit adds up. He's a whack-ass trader. All that shit about, yo, I call the Bitcoin top. That was for marketing purposes. For him to win our confidence and our trust. I didn't give a fuck about him calling no Bitcoin top. Anytime he talks some fake, detailed, technical shit, yo, he loses me every trip. Because I don't care about none of that shit. If that's what you call trying to be, trying to show people that you know some shit, you could keep it. Keep all that. Because I listen to what he's not saying. I've been saying that for years. I just stopped. But those of you who've been rocking with me, understand, I listen to what people don't say. And only certain individuals who get it can understand what I'm talking about. And that's real. And it started with him. Like as far as crypto and me, looking at what he did with the 10,000X, blah, blah, blah. I didn't believe his ass, and I see why I didn't believe him in the first place. I shouldn't have went against my intuition. But what happened? 10,000X, money, we're in the middle of COVID, what the fuck? All this shit happened, this and that. We're like, yo, shit crazy. Who wouldn't want to make a little money like that and catch some of those X's, right? Then he comes with the okie doke. The gaffle of the gaffle. We're going to sacrifice. 3 sacrifices later. The first 2 dead in the water. He now has got a third one right now to help line his own pockets up. That shit don't help nobody. That shit only helps his ego and reputation. He's not trying to make you rich. He's not trying to make you well off. All that shit about privacy and all that. This shit's all bullshit. It should exist already. What's he offering you that's going to be so avant-garde and so different that you're going to want to buy into and that the entire world needs? Nothing. It's a grift to line his own shit up for his own operations because he's not good with trading. He's not good with money. Oh, he never sold a damn thing. Oh, look, hey, never sold. You don't know what he sold and what he bought. You don't know shit, and he likes it like that. And people have been watching his wallets for years. Not all, but they've been watching his movements, doing the forensic paralysis analysis on the blockchain for years. How the fuck y'all know that that you people could decipher that? Oh yeah, look, the monies are moving. Oh shit, 600 million Tornado Cash. Say goodbye, motherfucker. And even from Tornado Cash, without even giving up the sauce, you think it stops there? You think it's a wrap there? Motherfuckers are still following him even after he put the shit through that mixer, y'all. $1.6 billion. You moving like you scared. I got teenagers out here, man. They so fucking reckless. They got no guidance in life. Their guidance is the fucking street. They're ready to click up and do whatever wicked shit they gotta do just to build up a fucking reputation. Just to be able to even do some shit to keep a roof over their head, to eat, to put money in their pocket, to garner some kind of fake weak ass street ghetto prestige that yields no benefit except might give them a little some trim or some poom at some point during the night because some little girl is gonna be so infatuated and get abused by these young niggas out here, man. Will click up for nothing. And you can't just roll up on them unless you law enforcement. Because they're going to be waiting for you. They're going to be ready to boom you at any time. And they have no problems putting that shit on the internet. You got this fool, this weirdo, 1.6 billion. Y'all, and scared to show his face. What do you think that is, man? He's puss. You the hero. Now you scared, but you puss. You the giving tree, but you scared. You puss. Sit, bro. You puss. And then you got weirdos like this dude, and many like him too. That's why I boomed him off the channel. You know, always making an excuse. You want to circle your tongue around RH foreskin and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all this dude is doing. Flossing his teeth with RH pubes. Every day he's giving me some bullshit about some... Nobody give a fuck about your opinion about him and Ethereum and Bitcoin and how the market is bad and all this. Weirdo, kick rocks. And everybody who thinks like him too, bro. Go give that shit to you somewhere else where it's going to be receptive and people will listen to it. Because after a while, it's just like, yo, this guy is of no service, no purpose here. Go to another channel. Create your own channel. And talk your shit. You ain't talking your shit on my channel no more. Kick rocks. You know? Come on, man. Finban the building. Gandhi, I see you, man. Diversify. What's happening? What's happening? Clash is your friend, DOC. He ain't my friend, though. That dude too weird for me, man. That energy, you know what I'm saying? This is what I mean. This is what I mean. I give people breaks. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all saw, you know, yeah, you know, whatever. Here's a little, you know, oh, I see what you said. I don't agree with most of what he talked to me about, but I respect it, you know, because difference of opinion, you know, yeah. Cool. It's all good. But then it's like, yo, I'm watching it add up. I'm watching your vibe. It's just like, come on, man. What type of time you on? You RH advocate, advisor, consultant, consigliere, huh? Confidant. What are we doing? What are we doing? Bye. They do the moderator. You know what I'm saying? Key, because you know I'm sure. You know, show some respect, show love, and all. Yeah, that's me. But the minute you show me something sideways, oh, it's clipped. It's clipped, man. He didn't show me anything but just talk about stuff, and I'm just like, yo, bye, Clash. Build your own channel. Go express yourself somewhere else. I've had enough of dude, you know? Like it's like this, man. Y'all know how I've been feeling about RH, especially this year. Whoever don't agree, I respect your decision not to agree. But you talking crazy on this channel? Oh, it's clip. That's it. That's it. Like, that's it. I don't care. Never really cared. I'm not Star from Buck Wilder's Star Show who likes trolls. That's the old troll this and troll babies. I don't care for none of that, man. I live my own life. I have my own perspective on things and how I do things, you know? You know? Jason Mack, what's going on? Yeah, man. So last I heard they were selling the tablets. They were selling the tablets. Like, this is what I mean, man. Like, yeah, these weak efforts. Like, you were so critical about the NASCAR, wrapping the NASCAR. You were so critical about so many things. And people sponsored a sports team, NASCAR. They put postcards out, having tours, conferences. They did a 40-state tour. They came from like Europe, and those guys drove all around America. You know, they have a movie in this guy's likeness, bro. They have a motion picture in his likeness. You think this shit would have broke barriers and broke ground within a 6-year period? You think this shit would have broke ground, and it hasn't. That tells you enough, all you need to know. It's more than just about, oh, VC help these other chains and popularity, VC. $1.6 billion, what did he say? VCs, we don't need you. Think about how much money I have. This is what your founder said. VCs, we don't need you. All these other people would tell, oh yeah, Solana got VCs, Sui Network got VCs, this network got VCs, that network got VCs. Yeah, but you got 1.6 billion. What happened? Like you said it, VCs we don't need. Think about what he could do with the money. And even then he exposed himself and showed you how centralized things are. But y'all want to tell me about true DeFi that's taking place over here. Even in that video clip, by saying, think about how much money that I have and what he can do with it, and that he doesn't need anybody because he's in control of everything he needs to be in control of. So where's the decentralized finance situation you're talking to me about? That's why everybody got to a point where it didn't make sense to me, right? Real talk. It got to a point for me where I'm like, yo, you can't be just telling the world you just waiting for him to pump the market, bro. How you telling the world, yo, he's the reason why I went up 10,000x? Don't say shit, man. Don't speak. Keep certain things you just keep to yourself. Like, for real. There's so much bread on the line. You people gonna expose all types of shit. And then guess what? After a while, it didn't even matter anymore because it just took fire. It took a life of its own. Oh yeah, guess what? You know how it went 10,000x? Your man pumped it. Huh? You know what everybody's waiting for on Pulse Chain and Pulse X? Your man to pump it. Meanwhile, that's the shit that shouldn't even be, because that's looking crazy, right? It's going against your whole narrative these people want to tell you about some true DeFi. There's nothing true DeFi over here. There's nothing truly DeFi going on over here when you're waiting for one person to make a move. And this shit is so disorganized and so messy. It's so messy that when he bought Ethereum last year, everybody knew about it and clowned him for it the entire 2024 until Ethereum started, going back up a little bit this year, where he even at some point was like up to 150 in profit, 150 million in profit. That's how close people were watching this guy in his trades. But he's super messy too. He's the biggest crypto degenerate everybody should know. That guy. Your man RH, Richard Hart, the biggest crypto degen out. Trust and believe. You got all this shit going on. It's so messy, so disorganized, this and that. You issue an announcement. You had a long time. How long do you think he was cooking? He was sitting on the ProveX sacrifice. And you saw how that rolled out? Janky? All disorganized? The fuck is this what a billionaire's fucking doing? This is what y'all do, but you eat all that shit up? Because he told you he don't work for you, so he could give you subpar, unfinished, like shit, no information. The first week, 2 weeks of ProveX, nobody knew shit about what this thing was about. The website garbage, no white paper, no nothing. And motherfuckers just ate it up. Brainless, mindless sheep, yo. But that's how reckless and disorganized he is too, man. He don't have his shit together. You think when he was telling you about a 3-minute diet, you mean to tell me he was contemplating ProveX then? And this is the rollout you do? You had 3 months or whatever type of months, a whole summer season to contemplate ProveX? No, that shit was spur of the moment. You saw a Zcash pump and you were like, yo, what's goody, man? I need to find a way to get my fucking name out this mud. My name is Mud. What I got to do? Oh, Zcash pumping? Oh, shit. Oh, let me see what we got going on. What zero knowledge person to person thing I got a zero knowledge? Base? Oh, Base got zero knowledge? Okay, let me see. And Zcash pumping? Shit. I need to catch I need to prove that I'm good too, man. I can't pump Pulse and I can't pump Pulse X. So when I definitely can't pump Hex. Motherfuckers are gonna dump on me forever. They don't like me. You know what I'm saying? I keep sucking dick every night, even though I want to make people think I'm straight. People clapping my cheeks, you know what I'm saying, under duress. But I'm trying to clap other cheeks where I can because, I'm trash. My dancing skills are garbage. Huh? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to flip the narrative and tell them, listen, and it's not pause no Diddy, because I'm going to party with Diddy one day in MDC. Oh, no, he's not in Manhattan Detention Center no more. He's in another federal facility. But hopefully he stayed there and I could read him there. Yeah, when they fly me out of where I'm at in my Faraday cage, I land with Diddy and party with him all fucking day and night. Yeah, but before I do that, I need to prove X. There we go. Hey, guys. Richard Hart here. How's everybody doing? What can I tell you? I do everything better. I'm better. I'm better at I can't stop winning. The Bitcoin Byzantine fault line, the general fault line, Byzantine Napoleon code. What happens is, Napoleon told Hermaphrodite that when you're doing the purple rain on the blockchain, you need to find out how the doves won't cry, because when the doves cry, and you don't know what you're doing and how you're doing the Byzantine general fault line of the crater of the equator, right? Esophagus, because when my esophagus, was swollen because basically you did the Monica Lewinsky on somebody and, they basically got mad at you and you got tough and you beat the 16-year-old and by grabbing their hair and putting them down, and now Europol is after you. What happened is, I'm going to find out if, I could launch this so I could save my reputation, because I'm a weirdo. I tell people I love pussy, but the problem is I don't get no pussy. You see? Because I'm weird like that. Like, folks, I wear nice clothes, but when I was, in front of men in a podcast, I basically spread my legs on a stripper pole. So I don't know what I'm doing, but I can tell you I'm smart. I went to school. They said I was a candidate for Mensa, right? But I dropped out because, I thought it sucked. I was getting no ass then either. What happens is because I realized that, I love colorful things, and, I don't see a problem updating my worldview when I like to be around a lot of men. If I'm going to tell you, right, I had the world's biggest diamond, is because I'm afraid of the world's wettest hymen. You understand? I'm afraid of the hymen, so I'm gonna buy the biggest diamond, right? And along with that, I'm gonna have the most expensive watches. Because when you have watches, like I explained to you, they attract men. Men are attracted to watches, so I had the most expensive watches. What do you think that was for? Really, what do you think I was for? Seriously, when I tell you that, what do you